Welcome to Built to Last. I'm Kate Adamo.
And I'm Adrian Adamo. This is a podcast to challenge the way you think, to change the way you live. Health, home, relationships, and business, it's all on the table. Let's build it to last. All right, welcome back. Episode 5, on the back of the last episode where we lifted the cover and shared a lot more of our personal health journey and how we, I guess, got to be a bit more holistic in our approach. And yeah, we are recording back to back, so we actually don't get to read some of the comments and feedback from the last one, but very excited about this episode.
Really? That's not what you were saying before.
No.
Yeah, no, you are. I think there's a lot that we want to share here. But I guess today will be one that I might lead just a little bit more, because this is some of the stuff that I'm deeply passionate about, and you've definitely learned
Embraced.
a lot. And embraced and come on the journey, and we're just growing and evolving with this all the time. So I think we wanted to share today some of the things that we do day to day in our life and the changes that we have made to better support our health, our energy, and just, long-term vitality, I guess.
Now, to preface, how long would you say, because what you'll hear is a fair bit that we've done, but over what period of time, for a scope, have we started to make these changes realistically?
I don't know. I've probably been holistic for a long time, and I started low-tox, some of it 5 to 10 years ago. Like for me, I haven't personally drunk tap water, I think maybe 13, 15 years, in case you have to at a restaurant. But other than that, I avoid it.
Yeah.
I've been doing this for some time. I'd say that probably started in my late 20s, but then more so like in depth the last 5 years, and probably the last 2 to 3, even just deeper.
Yeah.
And we're just learning and changing all the time now. Like we're like, I think one thing is we stay curious, and we're always open to how we could do things better and how we could improve, and to learning. We have a very open mind when it comes to that stuff.
I think you're right. I think you nailed it with 2 different words there: holistic and then the low tox, because the holistic was definitely more of a mindset approach for everything when it comes to physical health, mental health, emotional health, and all the rest of it. And then the low tox is probably something that we have leaned heavily, started in Melbourne, and then
just
really
deepened here
in 2020 onwards.
And it's time, it's money, it's awareness. And so we thought we'd just go through, I guess, some of the different parts of the home and what we have changed. So I might just start with just, say the kitchen and the laundry, for example. So for us, what that looks like is getting rid of all of the Teflons and the plastics. So all of our utensils now, stainless steel, timbers, we've got a lot of cast iron.
And glass.
Yeah, glass, and all the storage containers, everything. So we've pretty much eradicated, I would say, most of the plastic where possible in that.
We would have 1% plastic.
Yeah,
if that.
Even most of the silicons is gone as well, as much as we can. So that's been a huge change. And even things like, the washing liquids, and like we would never, I think it's been years since we've used the little tablets that go into the dishwasher covered in the plastics that are full of all sorts of forever chemicals, and just finding a really good low-tox powder to go in the dishwasher.
And so most of that we will go to like the organic shop.
Yeah,
for
organic
most of that
shop,
stuff.
Health shop. That one is one that we found actually at Woolies. I don't very rarely shop at Woolies.
The dishwasher one?
Yeah, we just get that in bulk, because I don't really shop there very often at all. But that one, changing the dishwashing liquid, the hand soap that's there in the laundry, and that's one I think that people forget, is just I had a friend say to me years ago, but it's got to smell clean. I was like, since when did it need to smell clean to be clean?
Yeah,
and
marketing.
The chemicals in some of those, like I've slept in sheets and smelt people's towels and things that I've been staying in houses that I can hardly even handle being in the bed because of the perfume and the chemical that's within that. And if we think about that, if our bodies are sweating and we're wearing that every day, if we're wearing those clothes, that underwear, if we're sleeping in that, we're washing ourselves, drying ourselves in those towels, those forever chemicals is, again, going into our body.
Your skin is your biggest organ, and if what we're washing our clothes in is a toxic chemical,
Yeah.
and then we're putting that on, and then we heat and our pores open and we sweat. Yeah, that's the logic behind what you're talking
huge.
about.
Yeah. So we've changed everything there with the way that our food, like our plates are washed, even the foods, like we'll wash, we're not perfect, but as much as we remember, the fruits and veggies are washed in the sink in bicarb soda.
And that is
just
to
get
get
the
rid of
glyphosates and the chemicals off there as well,
pesticides.
as much pesticides and wax as we can.
Tiny fruit and all the rest of it, when we bring it home, it's a little bit of a process, but yeah, sink full of water, bicarb, it's just bicarb, and sometimes vinegar, depending on...
No, just bicarb. Yeah. And putting some of the, the grapes and the blueberries and things in salad spinners, and I found a really good stainless steel one on Amazon, got rid of the old plastic one I had, because it was one of those things like, it's plastic, it's really breaking down, so it's older. Replace that. So it's been a process of removing the plastics and the Teflons, because I remember being in my 20s and, loved a toasted sandwich with the old Teflon frying pan in share houses that was, had some cut marks through the middle and the plastic spatula that you're flipping it with. And I just look back now and I think, oh my God, no wonder I ended up with such hormone imbalance and so unwell.
And
because of that.
And that's the point, right? Like, why are we talking about like going low tox, no tox, is because of the impact that this actually has on hormones,
endocrine, all of your systems. Like it's just it's a chemical overload. And I think we are seeing now in our society more mental health challenges, physical health and cancers and hormone imbalances and all sorts of things. Like we would all have lost someone or know someone that is unwell, recently, and that's just becoming all too prevalent. So we're just looking at, well, why has that happened? And so many people are in our friendship circles and communities and the people that we're connected with.
Something I read about, like most diseases start from the liver because of that detoxification.
I sent you that.
You sent it to me. I knew I'd read it. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's again because everything that we're trying to filter take in, it goes in through our liver and kidneys, and then it's
trying to process it. And if the toxic load is really high, so if you're basically showering in it, so we have a filter on the shower. Now we've got the whole house done, the reverse osmosis separate tap in the kitchen. Because if you're thinking about that, you're in the shower, your pores are open, you're absorbing this hot water, all the chlorines, all of the fluorides, all of the horrendous things. And I know sometimes with the water here, we could smell it. It was like they'd topped up the chemicals.
Oh man, I go to some hotels and by comparison is just like you can smell the what is it? The oh my God, I'm having a mental blank. Anyway, you can literally smell something in the water and then when you know a comparison, you can taste it.
We were noticing your skin would get itchy as well, and you don't have that now. Sometimes you get out of the shower and your back would be itchy. So, so we've changed all of the products, in the kitchen, in the laundry, in the bathroom, all of our products from, the moisturizers, the creams that we're using. I've done most of my makeup. Some of the makeup is hard, but we've just recently found a really great store and I found an awesome foundation and a few products there. But even down to the deodorant and the toothpaste that we're using. So we've switched to Grant's, which is a great brand.
Toothpaste.
And the toothpaste and the Timber toothbrushes, just again, trying to remove as much plastic as we can out of our mouth.
What's my deodorant called? Mugu? Is it Mugu?
Yeah.
And that's a natural, no aluminium, and I don't smell, so I promise you it works.
I can't imagine using Rexona or any of those horrendous ones now because the aluminium and that spray under our arms, because for women,
for humans,
but for women especially with those lymph glands so close to the breast here, and then having the underwire bra and it not being able to flow, and we're putting those chemicals and aluminiums in there. And that's another thing I've switched 90% of the time is wearing that wire-free bra as well, because that's actually holding and stopping that lymphatic flow.
We also opt for no bra where possible.
Stop it.
It's like a little rule.
But while we're on the underwear section, that's another thing that we're switching to, and I've done that, and Adrian, we're trying to find something that he likes, but with the organic cotton underwears, because so many of them are just like plastics or polyesters basically, and that's so bad for the women's bodies and hormones as well.
And for your boys.
Yeah.
Like wrapping it in plastic, hot all day, aside from the sweat discomfort, not good for production of strong Spartan swimmers.
Yeah, something like that. So yeah, we've changed a lot of the clothing. Our bedding is another one we've changed as well. So we've got we've actually got a grounding sheet on our bed. We've got, which is plugged into the wall. We've got, just helps with earthing and grounding. We've got, what else have we got? This is stuff I'm passionate about. You're laughing, but I love all this stuff. I love it all. So we've got I'm trying to think of the words, the mattress protector, organic cotton,
everything,
pillowcase protectors,
all linen,
and the linen all the way through. We've got 100% linen, and we've just literally purchased, because I've been waiting for it to come back into stock, handmade in regional Victoria, a wool doona insert as well, made by a small business down in Melbourne. So that's really cool. We can't wait to receive that. So for us, it's like, well, you spend a third of your life in bed. I don't want to be sleeping on, like we used to, I can't find my
electric
words today.
blanket.
No, well, I haven't had one of those for about 6 or 7 years. But the plastic mattress protector as well, and then you're sweating in that, and you've got the sheets that aren't quite organic, or not that don't have to be organic, but aren't of a pure like linen or a cotton. And linen is a much better frequency. I think it's like 5,000 hertz or something, whatever it is. It's a really good frequency on your body.
So, because that was something that back in the day, hospital beds were made.
All linen. Before it all got changed, it was all pure linen for healing. And I even read something recently that babies actually sleep better wrapped in linens rather than all the synthetic fabrics as well. So who knows? You see all sorts of random things on Instagram.
Yeah.
So for us, it's the changes in, kitchen, laundry, bedroom, our personal products, the water.
And for the most part, okay, the water that's an outright expense, because you're not replacing anything, you're adding. Yeah. But for the most part, yes, some products are a little bit more expensive, but not all. Some it is just a replacement. Like, I mean, when you think about makeup, cosmetics, and how much women...
My foundation was $30 cheaper, the low-tox one that I found per bottle.
Yeah, so I just wanted
to... Which is rare. It's not always more expensive.
It's not always more expensive.
Yeah, and there's ways around it. Like, I'm wanting to learn more and make, window cleaners. Sometimes you just with vinegar, and I've, wanting to learn more about that. I've just bought some books. So that's one of the next things that I want to go into, is how can I make a lot of those cleaning products, and how can you make some toothpaste? I know that's something for you that we've, we touched on as well with when you went to the dentist. There were some gum issues.
Cop this, everyone. So anyway, another share, whatever. I'm not perfect, but like, gingivitis or, like bleeding gums. And the first thing they wanted to do, what did they want to do? Like, they wanted to do a deep clean, and then they wanted to, but like deeper than the average clean.
It was about a $2,000 clean.
And then, but then something else. And I've just gone, let me rebook it for, I think I gave myself 4 to 6 weeks.
Yeah. And
I'm not sure if anyone...
You came home and told me, and I said, no, that's not happening. I said, why don't you try
oil pulling?
Oil pulling, which is an Ayurvedic, ancient sort of technique.
Yeah, I'm not gonna talk about where it came from, because I don't really know. But oil pulling is basically coconut oil, like a teaspoon, maybe a generous teaspoon, and just swishing it like through your mouth and through your through your teeth, right? I did that for 4 weeks.
15 minutes, spit it out.
Yeah, 10 to 15 minutes.
On the grass, not in the sink, because
it'll clog your drain.
Yeah.
Anyway, went back for just a checkup, and they didn't even mention the gum issue or sensitive gums. They didn't even mention, hey, should we do that reclean? I asked them at the end, I said, so how are my gums? They said, no, your gums are perfectly healthy. Like, they obviously hadn't read their notes to go, we tried to fuck this guy last time.
Yeah. So a $20-something jar of coconut oil from the health shop saved a $2,000 dentist bill.
Yeah, and there's all sorts of science behind like the benefits and health benefits of what it does in terms of antibacterial and all the rest of it. Breath management, gum health, blah, blah, blah. So very cheap solution and natural.
Yeah.
But you know what, guys? They're not going to tell you about it because it doesn't make money.
No.
Question it.
No, absolutely. What else have we changed? Even just things like things that I've learned just for women with period products and feminine hygiene, just that a lot of tampons actually have titanium dioxide in them. So switching to the organic brands, and even, like period underwear and those sorts of things. So Tom's is a great brand. There's some really good ones out there, because even when we switched the toilet paper to Who Gives a Crap, I think there's some better ones, Eco Cheeks. But
is it? I love the names of those.
But it's beige, and aesthetically that upsets me. It needs to be white. So I haven't quite got there yet. But I've heard that some of the Kleenex and some of the major brands do have bleachers and things in them. So you're putting these things in our intimate parts. And I know it sounds like, are you trying to change everything? But in a way, we have. But it's because
it's been slowly. It's been gradual. You said something to me at the start about this being about planting seeds.
Yeah, because this is something that I look, as I said in the last episode, I talked to my clients about a lot, and this women's group that I'm running at the moment. What we want to do, and we'll go back to a few other things that we're doing in a moment, is planting seeds for a little bit of curiosity. There's things that I have learnt over the years, and I've heard it. It's like, that sounds great, but I don't have the bandwidth for that now, or I'm working on something else, or I would like to do that. And then the seed gets planted again another time, and you hear it somewhere else. And then it just might be something that you pick up and you actually run with. And so that's part of what we wanted to do today. And we're not saying, hey, you've got to change your whole life, we're perfect, whatever. These are things that we've been doing over the last few years because we genuinely want to support our health and to not just be constantly putting chemicals on our body. Because women apparently, with all of our cosmetics and moisturizers and things, can be putting, I think it's a couple hundred chemicals on our body a day. Like the amount that are in mascaras and things are horrendous.
Yeah.
So I think it's because our society has unfortunately traded our health for convenience to make it the quick, easy, everyone's busy, everyone's tired, let's do it the quickest, easiest Band-Aid way. And we don't want to do that.
And marketing, like the you need to have it because, insert celebrities endorsing it and all the rest of it. It's horrendous, like how much people feel like they need. And again, you sort of pointed out to me on the last episode of, in my 20s, I needed everything. And I needed everything because I was very insecure in my own skin and body and mind. And so I did, put all of those, shiny things in front of me. Whereas now, truly is less is more. You know?
Absolutely it is.
So for me, I used to spray 7 sprays of aftershave every single day.
It used to kill me.
And I mean, I never really had the issue of having to put a lot of lotions and stuff on my face. But the only things that really touch my body now are like coconut oil, genuinely coconut oil for
moisturize your body with it.
Moisturize and beef tallow.
On your face.
At night.
Yeah.
But I won't do that during the day. Too shiny during the day.
Yeah.
And I don't really have an issue with that. Like I'm sort of olive oil as it is. But yeah, you were saying before about planting the seeds because, you may not have the bandwidth to do it now. I mean, there's plenty of things that I've heard that are really great ideas and you come back to it when you need to. For me, meditation was a big one for me, and I know that's not a low-tox product. That's like a holistic approach. And, why did I do that? I did that because, I heard the benefits of meditation, but you never thought I was good at it, right? To be honest, until eventually I did take it on and now it's just part of my daily practice. Same with mobility. I mean, there's a few things that I could talk about with that just in terms of not talking about working out, a 7-minute routine that will get you, just the lymphatics, the blood flow, the ligaments moving.
He does it every single morning.
Yeah.
Every morning without fail.
And
for a few years now.
Well, I don't know how many days I'm up to meditation now. 1,720 days straight or something. That's straight, but I've done more than that. But again, why do I do that? I think that for me, that just comes back to I take care of me so I can take care of everything else.
Yeah. I think, going back to it all, it's the products that you use around your house. And we're not saying this, as I said before, to be perfect or that you need to change everything, but it's just have some curiosity. And you were saying before about the marketing, and we've been sold all these different products and things to put in your dishwasher and the Glen 20s and the things to clean the house with and the plug-in sprays. And I've always been someone who's struggled with, chemicals or the cleaning section at Woolies or any of those things, but just how bad they are to be surrounded by those things all the time, or even the Windex, and there's such simple, organic, like natural versions of window cleaners now. And I remember reading, I'm never really good with the stats, the actual facts, but it was something along the lines of those cleaning products that we're using every day, the normal on the shelf, grocery store ones, it almost becomes like a pack-a-day smoker, what it's actually doing to your lungs over time by those chemicals that you're constantly breathing in, and they're on every surface that you're touching or children are touching or you're wiping over, the surfaces where their toys are, and like they're absorbing those things and at such a young age.
I haven't even seen those products for a long time because we haven't had them. But do they have a poison symbol on them? I can't remember it. But anyway,
it's been so many years since I've owned them. But and I guess for some people, and when I've talked to a lot of clients about this, is like, well, they didn't know. It's like, would you just go to Woolies and that's what you buy because that's what you've always done. And we were like that until you start to like get a bit curious and you go, well, hang on, why? And why am I feeling so unwell? And what am I putting on my body? And what's in our home every day? And you start to make different decisions. Even, with the candles, I don't burn as many candles now. They've got to be a really good quality, because some of them, again, they're is it like the petroleum base or the different chemicals that are in them and the scents.
And you don't even think about it, because we had candles all the time, and then you learn like they're petroleum based or whatever it was, and you're like, oh man, like. And again, it's not really that you need to become obsessive compulsive and wrap yourself in cotton wool, but control the controllables ultimately.
Absolutely. Yes. It's the foods that you're eating, the products that you have in your home, and you can't always be organic all the time, but just wash it in the bicarb soda. And we try and avoid, like, even our things like sauces and condiments and things we get from the health shop and organic now, and we just try to be as preservative free and from scratch as we possibly can.
And do find a good organic health shop, because some of them are extortionists. Like, let's not beat around the bush. Some of them, and it's unfortunate, because they have to pay more to produce organic produce than the farmers that are spraying all your shit and going into Woolies. So you pay less for crap, and you got to pay more for good quality. Some do take the piss though. But shop around, find a good. We've got 2.
Yeah, and you can also get a lot of things
places,
online.
And
too,
online,
with the products, and we buy in bulk, and that's one of the things that I do, because a part of simplifying life is, we market shop, and it's kind of quarterly, and I'm up to doing that again this week. I go and restock all of the household cleaning and personal items, and do that 3 or 4 times a year, because I want to simplify life. So we always, like, we're not the person that's just gone, oh my God, we've run out of toilet paper, or we don't have any washing liquid, like that.
Shouldn't happen.
Never really happens here, like, ever. It'd be pretty rare, because we always have a stock, because I want life to be simple. I don't want to run out and get things. Sometimes you can get things when they're on sale as well, and buy them in a little bit more in bulk, and be a little bit smarter with those things, rather than just like adding to the grocery list all the time and extending that time. So it's like, buy quarterly and keep it simple, and we've got a little bit of a space to store those. So it's just thinking about what are the little hacks or the things that you can really do to simplify life as well, that if you can buy those things in bulk occasionally, and then market shop, and you can just be, I don't know, it makes the shopping easier and more simplified, and just having backups of good stocks of sauces and all the different things that we have. Like, we've got a little bit of storage in our pantry.
I mean, we haven't, and I don't know that today's the day to bring up like food and the different types of food, but we obviously make very conscious decisions of the kinds of foods that come from the shop into our house.
I can't tell you the last time there was a packet cake or biscuit or chips in this house.
Now, I mean, I even said it to you the other day, like, there are sometimes I wish I didn't know some of the stuff that I know, so that I could just smash a packet of Twisties, or,
I know, I spent my 20s on Doritos, but I couldn't.
Doritos and a six-pack was Kate's.
Pretty much, to his extra drive. I was renovating a house. That was an insight into my 20s, and cold chisel.
Yeah.
How I've changed.
How we changed.
Cold chisel. Will never take Jimmy Buns away from me. What was I going to say? Losing my train of thought today, I think, because I'm also very tired.
Yeah. So anyway, like, I guess more like, yes, food is another thing that we can, another avenue we can go down, but just the being proactive.
It is. It's proactive. And so we like to look at it in a few different ways. It's like, environmentally and chemically, emotionally, all of those different things. And just what we're doing to support ourselves. Because if we change things with the food, different bedding and clothing and products that we've got in the home, but then it's also the emotional and the connection to ourselves and to each other. And for both of us, that has been, as I mentioned last episode, a lot of kinesiology, which is like a psychology of the body, and it helps to unlock and release a lot of emotions, because we've all carrying baggage. And I'm just, something I'm so passionate about is just taking off other people's stories or conditioning from past partners or bosses or parents or family situations. We don't need to carry that shit. Like, get rid of it and lighten the load for yourself to become the person that you're supposed to be. And I see a lot of that playing out with clients, the conditioning and fear of different things and money stories and things that they've taken on that are actually holding them back in life and business. And I think there's nothing like starting a business to peel the layers of the onion off. So kinesiology is one of the big ones that we do. We go on a lot of retreats as well. You're hosting one next week, so we want to share about that.
So on that,
next episode.
like, why? So you're bringing up emotion because the weight that emotions have on our energy, the weight it has on our energy and the impact that it has on our health. Like, if we are feeling anger, resentment, guilt, like, think about how that feels in your body and what that's doing. Is that doing good things for you? Does that make you feel good? And then I'm putting together the workbook for the retreat now, and one of the things that I've got in there, because we do go into kinesiology and breath work in it, is that you can't think your way out of feelings, right? And that's where kinesiology comes into it, because sometimes we are really good at going, oh no, I've put that behind, or that happened when I was 9 years old, or, when I was in high school, and that doesn't even matter. But how much of that, like for me, if I think about my insecurity as, I never told you guys, like I had long hair.
Yeah, I nearly mentioned it earlier, but
I look like one of the Hanson brothers, so skinny, 69 kilos, long hair. What fucking chance did I have? Yeah. And Peter Andre earrings. Favors. God, I do have some regrets.
Early. Yeah. You didn't peak early. You came good in the end, though.
But, like that, the stress that I was going through and the emotional instability, that did carry with me into my 20s and 30s. Definitely. Before. And even now, like I'll do some kinesiology sessions that tie back to, things
back to then and unlocking it.
Childhood. Yeah. So there is massive gains to be had in peeling back the layers, discovering, like maybe even rediscovering, parts of your past that you've suppressed, to lighten the load. Like, and again, the impacts that has on the removing dis-ease in terms of your health, and then in terms of...
It definitely helped me with my health, and I think in my cycle as well, and like womb healing. I've done all sorts of things. Like I've done many different modalities. I am very open and curious because I want to become the best version of myself mentally and physically. And
I read that today about, don't be afraid. What were the words? I haven't internalized it yet, but it was, don't see therapy as a bad thing. It's necessary for growth or for something like that. But it is. To play off what you were just saying, try everything, because it is about becoming the best version of you.
Yeah, I love it. And this is one of the practitioners that I work with. He says, like, this is one of the things he loves about me. I'm prepared to just continue to jump off the cliff and just to try it, and I'm not letting fear or what could come up stop me from who I want to become.
But preface, you are also not gullible.
No.
And you are intuitive. And I say this because some people will buy the snake oil.
Oh, 100%.
Right? And, they will, because again, I mean, that's almost clever marketing, right? Some people. Yeah. So you are still led by your intuition.
Absolutely.
But you are not afraid to dive in the vulnerability of, okay, well, this could uncover something that may be scary, dark, or painful.
Yeah.
But once you've moved through it, there's lightness.
And that's one thing, I'm not afraid to be vulnerable, and I think a lot of people are, and that one of the practitioners who supports me also supported Mum at one point and said that was one of her biggest challenges, to not wanting to be vulnerable and to hold that wall up and to just always look like things were fine and to not tell anyone about her health and to hide
that was
everything.
the taboo, right? I was going to say in the last episode that
generation, but
I don't want to throw stones.
It didn't support her, and I don't want that to be part of my story. And so, that's...
Because if we had have known earlier...
Oh, there's a lot of things that would have supported her. But this was her journey. This was her experience on Earth at this time. So,
and I feel like that's part of what your journey and what we are doing is we want to make taboo normal. I mean, I've got some topics that, I don't know,
if the
there's only
podcast is ready for them.
Certain crowds are ready for it. But I have many layers. We have many layers.
There's many things that we are doing to support ourselves. But
things that were taboo. I'm sorry, just before. So remember your thought. But things that were taboo, try to normalize them so that we can uncover them.
Yeah, absolutely. And one of the other things that's been a big one for me is cycle planning and learning to work with my body. And we touched on that earlier. And just how important that is for women to work with our cycle and to understand our body rather than being in our masculine and just trying to force our way through life, because that just doesn't work for us.
And guys, I think I mentioned it last time, be mindful about this. Like,
because
learn.
We ebb and flow and we need different things at different times.
Yeah.
And the other thing that we both love and we both share on our retreats is human design as well. And if you haven't heard of human design...
and I apologize because someone did reach out to me about human design and I never got back to them.
Yeah, so...
Sorry, Nathan.
Human design being the blueprint of who we were born to be, and it's something to research, but it's something that really helps you to be who you are and to understand yourself even more, and that's really supporting us. And it's something I heard about years ago, and this is the thing, it's like we learn things or we hear about them and then we learn a bit more and we come back to it. And even again, 3 days ago, I was listening to a few things and some podcasts and reading. It's like, wow, it actually unlocks something in me that's going to help me with this next chapter because things land differently. It's like the movie Eat, Pray, Love. I've watched that probably 3 or 4 times. I watch it every couple of years. And there's something in that I grab differently because I'm a different version
and
of
you've
myself.
evolved. Yeah, your base
and I've
is higher.
evolved,
Yeah.
and the things that might have gone over my head then land differently. So I think it's
like when I read books.
topics.
Yeah, you read a book and you watch, like we watched Lord of the Rings, or not Lord of the Rings.
No, I would not watch that.
Whatever, not Lord of the Rings. Game of Thrones, and you learn more the second time around. But same again. Someone asked me what human design is. I have to be sure, particularly when I'm speaking with men, to make it a very
scientific,
practical,
scientific
and logical way of explaining it. It is essentially like, for those in the business world who have done every manner of personality tests and Myers-Briggs and all the rest of it, I want you to think about that on steroids as an energetic blueprint for how you're designed to move through the world, leadership, decision makings, relationships. It was a game changer when you introduced it to me.
Yeah, it helps to understand yourself, your partner, and for people that have children as well, to understand their children, because some of them, we're all different. We are all so different in how we show up in the world and how we interact and what matters to us. So it's something that's really incredible. And I think for me, some of the last things I just want to, just looking at my little notes here, I think, movement I've just introduced recently, PT, which is very gentle and more of a structural rebuilding of my body, because my core got so weak, and just building myself back up because my fatigue was so bad. So I'm working with someone one-on-one to really rebuild myself there, and doing things like the red light therapy, which we've got in the house, the vibration plate.
And that's,
I remember the
part of that
trampoline.
is to, rebuild not just your core.
I've had to start from scratch.
Rebuild your confidence. Rebuild your
because I'd be scared to do things,
and all the rest of it.
When I did, it would send me back to square one with energy. So I'm having to just baby step it, but I'm definitely feeling stronger and can already feel the change.
Wonderful,
months in.
And I feel that exact same learning curve is relatable to everything. So you don't need to jump off and throw all your plastic away. Pick one section of your cupboard. And just do that gently. Build just a little bit at a time.
Yeah, we've been doing that. Yeah, slowly.
Progress over perfection. Build your confidence, and and your growth will follow.
But now I think we've done probably 90-something% of the house. We're pretty well there. We're almost done. And the things that I'm starting to lean into, and because I think by nature within my human design, being curious is wanting to continue to learn. And I'm just very early stages of learning. Got my first homeopathic kit to just be able to put drops into different things, sore throats, whatever. Just natural health is very, very important to me.
What's her name? The medicine woman. There was a show on TV.
Dr. Quinn.
Dr. Quinn, medicine woman.
God. You watch too much TV. And the other thing is Ayurveda as well, if I'm saying that correctly, just learning a little bit about that, like the tongue scraping and what you're saying with the coconut, with the oil pulling, and just different things for women's bodies.
It's
and
so much more than that.
And there is so many things. And I'm reading a book now, and I've got some of the different products and just different things to support myself, because I've done so many external things, and I just really deeply feel this next chapter is coming home to me and really doing some intuitive research, and this is really landing for me, this topic, and what I want to do to support my body. And these are things that I wouldn't have been ready for a year or 3 or 5 years ago, but because I've been doing this for so long and I'm on such a deep journey now, I feel like it's just things are unlocking, and I just feel like this year I am going to be the fittest and the healthiest I've been. That's a little bit away, but I'm absolutely on my way now for the first time.
Declaration.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to be.
But for everyone who's listening, you don't need to have gone all this depth before you get into it. Just dabble and see what feels right for you at a certain point. Maybe you may jump into Ayurveda and it just lands for you immediately. Maybe human design just goes, oh my God, this has just changed my world, like it did for me. Whatever it may be, don't think I need to have run the gauntlet before I get there. Just jump in and try.
You'll know what feels right for you. Yeah. That's why I say with these women, the women that I'm working with, we're going into all of these different topics over 4 months together. And it's like, what's the one that you're most drawn to? Trust that. Trust the curiosity, trust the niggle, and run with that. And just know that the others are all there. You have that little beginning, or the foundational knowledge of those, and you'll explore them if and when you're ready. Yeah.
And just to some of these things you may or may not get an instant, oh my God, I can see or feel the difference.
Yeah.
But this is the difference of the long game and building things to last, as opposed to the typical marketing approach for inject this and you'll be strong, take this and you'll be beautiful, blah, blah, blah. Some of this stuff is you build it solid foundations and you'll build it to last.
Yeah.
And that is,
absolutely,
I think, the key aspect to all of this. Yeah. You know, the thing that I loved, and you said at the start, and I didn't want to interrupt you, but the whole laundry detergent being, I remember that commercial, that cuddly commercial where they grab the laundry and go, smells fresh. I remember it like it was fucking yesterday.
That would
and it's
give
like
me the worst headache straight away.
But that was it. That was the marketing. So when everyone's thinking like, you know, why do I buy this and all the rest of it? And why are these guys talking about laundry? I mean, our laundry, it's like a lemon myrtle. It's nice, you know, it doesn't smell like dirt, but it's like, since when did smelling fresh equal being clean? And it was those commercials that really, like, so clever marketing that just got into our psychology. And that's, you know, spray aftershave. Oh, now I smell clean. Or it's like, no, you're not. You've just, ruined your fucking hormones. Anyway, it's a lot to take in, everybody. Thanks for listening.
Yeah. So there's a lot that we do. As we said, we've done it over a number of years. We've really locked in the last couple of years and gone harder on this, but because it matters to us, and everyone's going to have different values, different desires, different things that matter to them, but these are things that matter to us. And we just wanted to have very open and very real conversations and share what we've been through, what we're trying, how it's, you know, helping us. And we'll continue to share more of these things as we've learned and how it impacts. But we just want you to, I guess, to hear these things, because I know for a lot of people, they're hearing some of these. There'll be a lot of people who heard a lot of things here today for the first time.
Yeah, true.
And I see this all the time with clients, and then they start making all these little changes, and they start getting more energy, and then their kids are eating better, and then it's affecting their anxiety, like impacting their anxiety.
Yeah, the flow-on effect is full on.
It's incredible the things that I've heard from the women that I'm working with. So, yeah, I hope that there's been something that sparks a little bit of curiosity within you today, and thank you for being here.
Yeah. Why do I do this? I do this for the 85-year-old version of me. Mm-hmm. What decisions does that handsome devil want me to do now?
Yeah, and I'm doing it to be the first woman in my family to get to that age.
Oh, wow. I feel like I've learned that for the first time today.
Oof.
Yeah.
That was a big one.
Yeah, that is a big one. Oh, my God, I can see it. Yeah. So there's reasons, deep wise.
Yeah.
Oh, buddy.
It really is. And cut.
Yeah. Oh, no. Well, guys, it's real. It's raw.
It is very real. It is very real what we're doing and why we're doing it.
And that's the reason, right? Like sometimes, you know, you said it before, we trade our health for convenience, you know, and you see it in hospitals and the people that have passed, and they've made decisions based on the information they had at the time. Mm-hmm. So there's no judgment. But once we know better, or you're curious to learn about other ways, that's why, you know, like, why do I do the mobility? Because I want to, God willing, have my dignity, you know, in my 80s, to be able to shower myself and all the things, right? So there's many reasons. It's deep. That was deep. And those tears just made it real. Yeah. All right. Shall we wrap that one up now?
It really should.
Right, guys. Thank you for listening. Episode 5. We'll see you in a couple of weeks.
Thanks for being here.
Thanks, guys.